Yeah, I mean, he's extremely smart and gifted. I mean, we've seen that throughout his career, and much like the linebackers, every linebacker in the room, right? Everybody's fast and everybody's smart and they can process. And, he's doing a great job so far, picking everything up, put a lot on his plate. He's going to be a good player.
How do you decide with a guy like Nicobe whether to teach him one position at a time versus having him sort of cross-train?
Yeah, that you start out with one, and we started with one during OTAs. And, as he starts to execute at a high level, what you say, okay, hey, he's executing at what we want him to, then you can start to slowly pile it on. You know what I'm saying? And you give a player what he can manage, and he's doing a great job of managing a lot,
So what's that? That's the Mike.
Yeah, it can be either spot. Mike and Will, a lot of these guys are very interchangeable, which you want them to be throughout the year. You work different groups, different pairings, get them used to playing this guy with this guy, this guy with this guy. It's good for their growth as a position together, right? So, yeah, you give them either order.
Is Nicobe better than you thought he would be?
He's still just got a lot of work to do. We knew he was a great player in college, and he's been getting better every single day. And we just one day at a time strive to keep improving. Everybody, if you make a mistake, don't make it again. Keep being productive, make plays on the football. So, just every day, just striving to get better, 1% at a time.
What's Kaiser bringing to defense?
Yeah, Kaiser, another guy that's just like the rest of the room. He's fast, he's smart. He's played starting NFL football for a while now, and he just adds the competition to that room. It's a great room, top to bottom, and he showed up and he's competing extremely hard and doing a great job. Picks up things very well his first year in this defense. Played in a similar defense, and it's a smooth transition. You can tell, hey, this guy's a vet. He's extremely smart. It's like he's been here.
How much did playing in that Chargers defense, which has some similarities to this one, benefit?
Yeah, it has benefited him. Not necessarily each detail is going to be different. As we are the Eagles defense, and so obviously whatever we have, details within the call, checks, whatever, that's going to be different, and he's had to learn that. But conceptually, hey, what are we trying to get done? With this call versus this call, he already knows it. You know what I'm saying? I ask, what do you guys think? And he can give you that answer right away.
What kind of progress have you seen from Davion from year over year? And, how can you improve a player's instincts when, playing time is so limited with the guy?
Yeah, so Davion works extremely hard, right? And, he is constantly meeting. He's constantly meeting with me. He's constantly watching film, and you've seen him take huge strides, when he's been out here at practice day in and day out. He's executing at a high level. You talk about instincts. All that is what are they seeing with their eyes, and what are they processing? And so the biggest thing with DT is, hey man, let's start with your eyes. What are you seeing here? And right now he's doing a tremendous job. The game has slowed down for him extremely, and he's like ahead of it, right? He understands offense. Hey, when they get in this formation, alert for this motion to happen. Yada, 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 and you can see he's taking huge strides as a football player, right? So he's doing a great job.
He talked last year about some of those meetings with you, that he would come early, just the two of you guys.
Yep.
What do you guys talk about in those settings?
Talk about a lot of things, but the best thing that we do is I'll hit him, we'll watch a play, but we don't necessarily just watch that play for what it is. I'll put him in tough situations as we watch, really trying to put him, hey, if you're in this position right now, what are you thinking? Oh, hey, this was the call. What is going to be? And so it's almost like we met this morning. It's almost like a warm-up exercise to get that brain going, and then he's coming out here and he's playing really good.
Are there other guys who want to get in on
Absolutely. I got an eager room from top to bottom, and it makes my job easy. Just having a great group of professionals, right?
The team released a video with you mic'd up.
Yeah.
Coach tackled you. You didn't like his form.
No, I did not.
What was missing?
Okay, so if you're getting on the side of a guy, if you try to take him up too high, what's going to happen? His legs are going to keep turning, right? And you're trying to tackle the upper body. That's what I said. You got to cut the engine, right? So I was like, whoa! I just got tackled. What just happened? I realized it was coach, and I made a coaching point out of it. I said, hey man, too high. You got to take me low right there. So that was my coaching point for that.
Hey Nick, what was your involvement in the pre-draft process with Nicobe, and then what your reaction, when they took him?
Yeah, obviously, the personnel office does a great job of making it easy for us coaches to hey, here's the guys we gotta look at, and we evaluate them, but ultimately that's Howie and his staff and the head coach and JG making those decisions. But I was thrilled to get a player like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, phenomenal.
Where were you?
We kind of sit in our offices during the draft, but if we're getting ready to get called, I slipped into that draft room, and I remember just being thrilled like everybody else in there, and we were fist bumping and all that stuff. So it was a cool experience. Yeah, it was awesome.
It's funny, we're 6 minutes in here. We haven't asked you about your top returning linebacker, and that's kind of been like TJ's whole career here.
Yeah.
What's the next step for him? Do you see it as a next step in his
Absolutely, he is improving. I've challenged TJ. I said, hey, I want you to understand opponents better than I do, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to prepare him for everything that's going to happen on that field. But if he understands they're doing this, do this. We haven't seen this yet, but this is why teams do this. He's going to play that much faster, which he's already an extremely fast processor, extremely smart. He's moving really well. He's playing physical. I mean, TJ, you guys see it on the tape, right? So we're just taking it to a next level. He's a very all-around good player. You got to take every part of his game up another notch, and he's doing a great job so far in camp.
What have you learned about Nicobe, just having him in the building now versus what you knew about him just watching tape of him?
Yeah, I mean, you're getting what you thought, an extremely professional, smart team guy, right?
Overall, with your unit, how much farther along are you at this point now?
Yeah, exactly. Year 2 is phenomenal. It's just to see the comfort of guys in the defense, not just knowing their assignment within a call, but understanding what the rest of the defense looks like, where are the stress points in this call, and how can we combat those stress points, right? And I've seen it from every guy in the group, everyone returning, and then the 2 guys that I have new are extremely smart players, and so it's almost like they're in year 2 as well. So there's a huge difference in year 2, which has got me excited. You see the difference, no doubt.
And Nick, how fun is it to see your brother kind of break out?
Yeah, it's extremely fun. Once he's on Friday nights, Friday Night SmackDown, and now that we started camp, I got home and my wife was watching SmackDown. I was like, it's Friday? And so I was like, oh crap, I better get watching on TV. So it's fun. He's doing a great job. His career is definitely taking off. He's competing with a lot of those top dogs in WWE, and I'm excited to see where his career continues to go, no doubt.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, thanks
Guys. Appreciate you guys.
How's the chemistry with Jordan?
I don't really like him. I got to sit beside him. I got to play beside him. I don't really talk to him. Just kidding. I love Jordan. A good friend of mine. Oh Jesus!
Sorry, just an interview.
Scared me. I was just talking about how much I hate you. Great dude. Building a lot of chemistry this off season. Now in practice too, and it's same thing in the whole line room. We just we all have a camaraderie with each other, and that's a huge thing because it takes all 5 of us on the offensive line and every guy in that room to be a good unit.
What's been your impression of whenever you've had to face against Davis?
Doing pretty good. He's a young guy. He's got some, obviously some things to polish up. He's really athletic, really strong, powerful, quick guy. He's fitting in really well. He's got a really bright future. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Did you match up with him ever playing at Bama versus Georgia?
Yeah, I did. He's a good player then.
Jordan said that sometimes you're his big brother, sometimes you're his little brother. I think he means the football part of it. Do you kind of suggest things to him that might even help with his technique and stuff?
I mean, that's not even necessarily just football too. I mean, off-field stuff. I mean, we're humans. We all go through stuff, and we've all been through different stuff. And I lean on him, he leans on me. No matter what the situation is, I got stuff to learn from him, and he can learn stuff from me. So it's just a relationship we have.
Cam Jurgens is taking some snaps with the first team. How's he getting acclimated to everything?
He's doing well. He's transitioning really well. He communicates very well. He's, a technically sound football player, and like with all young guys transitioning, there's it's a different level of competition up here. He's doing well. We all have things to work on, but he's taking it one day at a time, getting 1% better each day.
What is the biggest difference?
You having the idea that you practice a little bit shorter, more the walk-through days, in order to protect players against soft tissue injuries. Are you happy with that kind of change in the NFL?
I think rest is obviously key for players, but Yeah, I'm a big fan of being on the field and, getting reps. That's how everybody's different. Some guys learn in the meeting room. Some guys learn listening to stuff. I'm a tactile guy. I like to be out here walking through, doing stuff on the field. So, I'm not going to say I don't appreciate the rest time. Obviously, this is a tough sport, a long season. Your body likes some rest. But, I think, it's probably good for a lot of players out here to kind of, acclimate as we get into camp more and then get into this season.
What is the biggest difference you feel like anybody needs versus last year?
Wait, sorry,
What's
repeat
the
that.
biggest difference you feel this year versus last year?
In what regard?
For you, and just in terms of how comfortable you are and your state on the team.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to work on. I'm still not very good as a player, I don't think. So really it's just about, every day figuring out, what I want to work on today, go back, watch the film. Did I get better at that? Okay, what's something else that comes up? Just really making a list and keeping all those thoughts in my head of, all the things that I can improve on, that I did wrong, all that stuff. So, I got a long ways to go, a lot of stuff to work on. So we're still working on it.
You mentioned that the transition and the challenges that go into being kind of a rookie lineman. What was the biggest thing for you last year that was like maybe the hardest thing to get accustomed to?
I think the level of competition. You got guys around here, Fletch, BG, Hargrave, Hassan, guys like that have a lot of experience in this league. They're very smart, very athletic, and they know how to play this game very well, and that's a big adjustment. Some of these guys have 10+ years experience in the league. You don't see that in college. So I think that's the biggest thing is just, the level of competition.
Landon, from your experience as someone who's played all across the line, for Cam Jurgens, who's only played center, if he's asked to play other positions, what will be the biggest kind of bridge to gap, or the biggest gap to bridge there?
It's going to vary from person to person. I don't like to look at offensive line play as, being only one position. Unless you're, a first ballot Hall of Famer, All Pro, everything, left tackle, I understand that. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you have to have some flexibility. It adds, personal value to you, to the team, but also in those situations, if you're carrying 9 linemen through the year, somebody goes down, we want to get the best 5 on the field. That's the ultimate goal. So maybe you are playing a different position, somebody gets hurt, you got to pop in. It's, I think it adds a lot of value to be able to transition and be able to play multiple positions across the line.
Your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, he's in every incompletion, every drop back, it seems like he's scrutinized. How do you see him during this time? How is he dealing with that?
He's got a very high expectation for himself, and that's, if you can be your biggest critic, I think that's the best thing around. He's set the bar so high for himself that he's not going to accept anything less. And, I think a lot of guys on this team are doing that. That's, the way you get better. You don't want to settle for anything less than what you think the highest up there is. So he's just got that expectation of himself, everybody on this team, and that's just how we're going to go about it. We're going to set the bar as high as we can and keep working for that every day.
All right, thanks.
Honestly, I feel like, I got a lot of work, I still want to, do, but I feel like I'm a whole lot better than I was last year. I feel like I'm more complete than I was last year.
How so?
My routes, being able to get in and out of my breaks, me being able to win at the line of scrimmage, me being able to win downfield. I feel like I'm more versatile this year than I was last year.
Do you look to prove yourself as more than just a speed receiver?
Most definitely. I always want to be more versatile. The more I can do, the more valuable I am. So that's how I look at it.
You talked about watching slot receivers, about route running, but obviously playing on the inside also entails some run keys and things like that. I don't know how much you did at before this. So how much have you worked on that part of interior receiving?
Honestly, being in the slot, you got so much space that you got to cover and the blocking scheme and different stuff like that. So I just try to do my best job to be in the right position and doing and winning my one-on-ones.
How do you feel about your chemistry with Jalen? Seems like you guys are connecting a lot out here.
Honestly, we're going into year 3, so it's been growing since we got here. So honestly, it's not doing nothing but getting better.
How different is Jalen, from year 1 to year 3?
He's more confident, he's more aggressive, and he just, he's ready to win and ready to make us look good, honestly.
How much time have you spent with Jalen in the off season, getting ready for camp?
We came back here and threw maybe like 2 weeks straight. We was in Florida throwing, so we kind of been connected and stuff like that.
What is your benefit from having AJ, a guy with quite a bit of experience and success, working with him and kind of learning from him?
Yeah, I do. AJ brings a lot of physicality and to the table, and I'm just learning how to be physical, be able to move people, and get people off get people off the line of scrimmage.
What do you recall for your 2 years so far about the way practice changes when pads come out? Anything?
Everybody more aggressive. Everybody want to hit and make that loud clacking noise, and everybody want to be everybody want to be aggressive.
Do you like that?
Yeah, honestly, I don't mind it. It's the game I love, so I'm used to it.
You look at that defensive back group, adding James Bradbury. What's that like going? You smile on your face there.
Man, adding him, he's so smart, and he know the game so well. He know concepts. So it's me with him knowing concepts. I just try to trick him and really learn a lot from him.
So then when you factor in Maddox and what he brings, Slay and everything,
All-
how does that help you guys as a group?
All three of those guys, everybody, no matter if we go outside or inside, is always competition. Is always, Pro Bowl level competition. So, and that's what we compete, and that's what we do.
Nick kind of got after you yesterday or 2 days ago on that deep pass. I mean, what could you have done differently? And I mean, how has your relationship with Nick developed where he can kind of get after you like that?
Nick knows how fast I am and how fast I can be, and he knows I wasn't going all out. And at the time, he let me know about it. So for me, I just need to always give him my all, and he know I can make those plays, and that's what I need to do.
Is he jealous that he was never that fast as a receiver?
Nah, I don't think so. But he lets me know that, hey, you fast, so you better run. We're gonna make you run. So.
Why do you think for almost every, I know it's only your third camp, but it seems like the defense is always a little bit faster, a little step ahead the first few days. Is that because of no pads, or is there some advantage that they get?
Honestly, I really can't say why they always a step ahead, but we always hone in on the details and be ready. So I think they were just ready.
You take it personally as an offense?
Of course I do.
Kind of talked about this?
Of course, yeah. Offense always wants to win.
Are you still the fastest guy on the team, or are there any new challengers this year?
I'm the fastest guy in the NFL. That's what I believe, and I'm standing on that.
NFL.
NFL. I'm standing on that.